is for is it's providing some kind of fulfillment of satisfaction in your life. In other words, if you look into the world, see, Jesus is our main source of fulfillment by the Holy Spirit, God in us, you see. And so therefore, in his presence in us gives us the fruit of the Spirit, right? That's when Galatians chapter 5, talks of the fruit of the Spirit, which is love, peace, joy, and so forth. Okay? So in other words, if you really have the superior type sources of fulfillment coming from God, why would you want to dabble in the things of the world? Huh? So see, people like to try to two-time God. Huh? They want to claim he's the Lord and everything, but then they also look into the world and sometimes has become dependent on the world for fulfillment. Huh? I know how smart smartphones are. Yes. But you got to fight that feeling. When it comes up and it's pulling you, huh? If you don't know how to fight that feeling, you lost. You lost the war. You lost the fight. Huh? Because the feeling's going to fight on you, because the devil's going to be working through it. You see? Filling your heart with a bunch of lies that you're going to get something out of it. See, that's what I mean about being able to unwrap the devil's lies, you see. Because what you have to, way to do that, you have to now consider what value is it really to you. Okay? Can it get you to heaven, number one? Huh? Not, as they say. That's not going to happen. And even if you follow that trail of lies the devil's trying to lure you away from Christ with, and you start going along that, you might think you're going to get something out of it, but when it's all over, you didn't get nothing. Huh? And you got to be wise to that. Okay? In other words, don't go on that trip anymore. I mean, you can see it, you know what he's up to. It's right here in the Word. And you've been there and done some of that already, didn't get anything out of it. So then why stay around and start like the breadcrumbs thing, Throw a little stuff out and you go, let me go get that. And throw a little more out and you can lead them further out into the woods. Hansel and Gretel, something like that, isn't it? But that's where they wind up at the witch's house, I think. So you're going to be bewitched for sure. And so you have to then know what he's up to and know what kind of move he's making so you don't fall into the trap time and time again. Huh? I'm talking from experience here now. I've been taken advantage of to a degree. So wait a minute here. No. It's not. Otherwise, you got to stop and think. So what is really happening here? Is it really anything in it for me, or am I just being misled, by the devil to think something is there when it's nothing? You see that? Because that's what the world cannot fulfill your life. Because once again, simply put, because God created us too high for the world, for the trinkets of the world. Anything man has developed, you see, we are too much bigger than that to let it be a satisfying influence in our life. You see, so we go on these dead-end trips time and time again, trying to find that missing satisfaction, but you don't get it. Because verse 16, I'm still in 1 John chapter 2. For all that is in the world, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but it is of the world. Now, stopping there for a minute, reflect on that a little bit, because the lust, of course, once again, is a term for desires of many types. As I said, we we are basically, before we come to Christ, we are a lusting machine. So we are basically lusting machines. Why? Because we were created with the need that only God can supply. And so then we go on this treasure hunt, trying to find something to complete our lives and make us feel whole and secure and satisfied again, you see. And so then you go on these trips, as we say, in an emotional sense it is, and nothing seems to materialize to bring about what we're really seeking for. And so then since we get there wherever we set out to go, but still after we arrive at our objective, we still didn't get fulfilled. And no matter how grand it may seem to be at the beginning, you see. And once again, it's always the noun syndrome. Persons, places, things. Oh, the world is dinging us to death. And these are all made in China, I think, too. You know. So absolutely. So we got all this stuff that we've been lusting after. And so the lust of the flesh, see flesh, once again, is a term, really, when you look at it, examine it closely, it's talking about your physical flesh and blood body and the natural world that it is able to network with. You see, to interact with. And so therefore what it's saying that everything that your body, through its mechanism of five senses of the sensory system and whatever it can network with or acquire or in any way receive something from, it's always inadequate. No matter what it is, it's always inadequate.